Welcome everyone, it's the 5,000 subscriber. Welcome everyone, it's the 7,000 subscriber Q&A. Alright, so I'm all set. I got my laptop right here. I don't know if you can see it. Got my tea. Let's answer some of your questions. And if I don't get to one of your questions, I'm sorry. I can only answer so many. So I've chosen a few from Snapchat, Instagram, and from the video I prompted you all on. But hey, do you like Q&As? We can do some more in the future. Just let me know in the comments if you want to do some more Q&A videos. All right, let's get into it. So question number 1 is from David Q, and he says, who do you look up to? If you're talking from a football point of view, then Steven Gerrard was always the player that I looked up to when I was a kid. I also really liked Zinedine Zidane, so if you're talking about like soccer idols or soccer players that I really liked, or really, worshipped and had the posters and, tried to replicate when I played, then it was Steven Gerrard and Zinedine Zidane as well. I mean, have you ever seen Zidane do a Maradona turn? Whew. Okay, here's a question from Snapchat, which you guys can follow me by clicking on whatever I bring up on the screen, by Charlie David. He says, which team do you support? I don't know, it's a very difficult question. I don't know if I can just pick one. I mean, I don't know if there's one that I just absolutely, sorry about that. I don't know if there's one that I absolutely just like above all else. It was Liverpool if you were having trouble with that. Anyway, next question is from Instagram and Christy XIXN. Christy Zig something. What is your favorite goal of all time? Now, I'm going to leave this up to goals I've actually seen live during a game on television or at a game, and it's got to be Steven Gerrard's FA Cup volley goal from like 35 yards out. I was watching that game live. Of course, since I just mentioned I'm a Liverpool fan, we were down 3-2 in the 90th minute. It looked like we were dead and buried, and then Steven Gerrard just out of nowhere thumps the ball on the volley from like 30 yards out into the corner, and I was going nuts. There are a few other goals that I really, really enjoy, like Zidane's volley in the Champions League final, Steven Gerrard's volley against Olympiacos, and there's many more, but I didn't see those goals live, so I'm not going to count them. All right, on to the next question. It's from Instagram, from K Xavier, I'm sorry, I'm bad with names, Torres13, and says, which pro players do you think are good examples of hardworking players, and what players are ones that are not good examples of hardworking players? This is an interesting one because I always consider any professional player should be a hardworking player, but that doesn't always happen. I'm talking about you, Mario Balotelli. I'd say a good example of a very hardworking player is someone like Jamie Vardy. He's kind of one of those players who never stops moving. Luis Suarez is another one of these players who just kind of work their socks off because they hate losing so much that they're going to do everything within their power to make sure that they do everything they can, which I just said, to win the game. There are many other examples out there, but those are two that I definitely can think of off the top of my head. As far as ones that are not, I'm looking at you again, Mario Balotelli. All right, so Instagram from E_Gonzalez21. Are you still trying to go pro? And if not, what are your goals for soccer? I'm kind of going pro on the back burner for a bit. I still work out and train, and I'm definitely thinking about, going for it again in the future. But right now, I really am concentrating on growing the channel, working as hard as I can, and putting as much effort as I can into the channel. But going pro has been a dream of mine since I was a little kid, so I definitely haven't given up on that dream. And even if it's at a really low level, I would like to pursue that dream as hard as I can. Okay, next question from Instagram, from _Gilboa5. Where are you from? How old are you? 24. I was originally from Cambridge in England, but I've lived in the United States for the majority of my life. That's why you can tell I have this incredible English accent. Okay, up to Instagram again, _Michael. A lot of these are from Instagram. You guys need to up it on Snapchat or the videos, but _Michael says, what advice would you give young footballers around the world who watch your channel? I like that question. Well, a lot of the advice that I would give to young football players who do watch my videos is kind of conveyed through the videos I actually create. But some of my main advice is always work hard, be consistent, and of course when you're a young footballer, make sure you're having fun and you have a passion for the game, because sometimes we can forget that football is meant to be fun, but you should be working hard as well. All right, another question from Instagram as well. I promise you we will end on a question that's not from Instagram. It's _Rafi.alas_ for people aged 14 to 16, what drills should you mainly be focusing on in order to go pro? Oh, that's a big question. I'm gonna need a sip of tea for this one. Okay, well, I mean, this can be answered in many different ways, and many people will have different opinions on the answer to this question, but I'm always a big fan of, as far as physical attributes or physical skills go, of being good at ball control, dribbling, especially those two, and I think they go hand in hand. But when you're getting to the age of 14 to 16, your knowledge of the game, your understanding of how the game works, your reading of the game is going to come more into play. You're starting to get into the age where tactics are more important. You're starting to get into the age where soccer IQ is a little more important and can be the difference between players that stay at one level and make it to the next. That being said, if you want some drills that you should be focusing on if you want to go pro, I would focus on drills that work on your ball control, drills that work on your dribbling. I've mentioned in previous videos that kicking against a wall for a certain amount of time is a very good thing to do every single day. I don't care what age you are. I can't emphasize this enough because it works on your technique, your dribbling, your touch. You can work on your skill moves while you're there. If you did that for 30 minutes every day, just kicked against the wall and did different drills while you were there working on your touch and your ball control, you would see massive improvements in your game in as little as a few weeks. But you should keep practicing from that point. So that's what I'm going to say for that. I mean, there are many other things I could say for drills you should be focusing on at that point. But what I will say is just make sure you keep doing your research, make sure you keep experimenting, make sure you're learning as much as you can about the game, how to play, how to read the game, increasing your soccer IQ, things of this nature, and always be committed to improving each and every single day, and you'll be on your way. And here we go. Next question from Snapchat. Told you I'd mix it up. Do you have any brothers or sisters? Want to be in the Simply Soccer video?
Yeah.
All right, everyone, that's it for the 7,000 subscriber Q&A. We're doing this one because we missed the 5,000 subscriber Q&A. If you enjoyed this, leave a like. You can share it if you want as well. You can even leave me some more questions down in the comments, and I might be able to get to them. Also, let me know, do you like these Q&A videos? I haven't done a Q&A since, oh God, I don't even remember when. But if you like Q&A videos, I am not opposed to doing more in the future if you want some more tips, some more advice, or you just want to ask me some personal questions or anything of that nature. So let me know down there in the comments if you want some more. Again, sorry if I didn't get to your question. I could only answer so many. And for the next Q&A, I think I'll make sure I have a better background because the lighting on this thing is hard as hell. All right, guys, thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Look out for the skills video. All that. I could redo this take, but I'm not going to. Cheers.